Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for the gold, silver and palladium price prediction based on Elliott Wave Analysis. We're gonna start with the gold here. Of course, to make it easier to understand, first I would like to explain it on the daily. Of course, if you want to see the very explained scenario there, you can go of course to our deep analysis made in this weekend for the gold, and you will understand exactly why we have a double waves 4 here to be of course experimented, and we'll see which one is of course unfolding. Let me explain very fast and clearly. We are in a potential 1 2 3 4 and a 5 here, finished of course wave 5 to finish an impulse in a wave 3, meaning very likely we are in 1 2 3 and we're looking for wave 4 and a 5 there. This is a short wave 4 that we are looking for it, and it is the most highest possibility here that we might have in a very sharp zigzag, of course, wave 4 that it might happen, finishing in few months, I would say July, August 2026, and start to push toward the upside again, of course, replying to this wave 2 over there. Now, in case that this is a finished impulse over there, 1 2 3 4 and a 5, because it is a possibility where you might have a 1 2 3 4 5 for a wave 3 here. And that means 1 2 and then wave 3 4 and a 5 finish there, and that means of course you are looking for a bigger 1 2 3 4 and a 5. That because of the extensions of course that we got inside the gold during the last weeks. So it is of course right now questionable if really this wave 4 reflects this wave 2 and finished as an impulse there, 1 2 3 4 5, knowing that the time is lower than this wave 2. But yeah, it's a possibility, of course. Time is never a rule, it's a guideline. Therefore, we need, of course, to experiment. Are we in a short wave 4, or are we in a longer one? The longer wave 4, meaning, of course, that you have finished here a 1 2 3 4 and a 5, and currently you are in a 1 2 3 4 and a 5, and that means, of course, a longer time is required for this wave forward. Now, basically, both have the same target. If you have realized, yes, both have the same target, because this wave 2 and this wave 2 are very negligible in price. Of course, difference is very, very low, and the high is the same. That means, of course, the retracement is almost the same area. A very, very negligible price here, difference between, of course, this wave 4 and the other one. And that means, of course, the only difference that we might have is the timing here. Yeah, so the time for this wave 4 might take, of course, years here. Yeah, minimum it's gonna take until July 2027 to finish, to start, of course, the 0.618 FIB time here. But the perfection would be, of course, around the 2029 here. So it might take, of course, 2 years unfolding there for the gold. While, of course, this correction might still unfold this year, of course, in July 2026, and then pushing very likely toward the upside. Now, if we dive inside it on the 1 hour chart here, we can see on the 1 hour chart that we have finished our impulse perfectly, and as expected inside the highest precision here for the target in the blue box, where we got, of course, a 1 to 1, $4,416. 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Wave 4 did not interfere with the zone 1, despite, of course, that the wave 5 is very, very extended here as a 1 2 3 4 and a 5. So, of course, we cannot really take it as an A, B, and a C here. This looks much more like a W, an X, and then you have to take it as a wave Y there to finish potentially a correction, and of course can be a 3 waves down, and then looking for 3 waves up, and then of course continuation for another drop, or it can be as well an A, B, and a C finished for a zigzag here, of course, A, B, and a C, or a correction in W, X, and Y, very, very fast wave 4, and then pushing toward the upside for a new high. However, I doubt so much, of course, the push toward the upside for a new high right now. Of course, I still need to watch the reaction, what's gonna be the pattern here. Be careful, a wave B is very, very risky because it has several and different patterns. It can be, of course, a zigzag. The zigzag can be very sharp to take the high, transforming into an ABC expanding flat. It can be even a normal regular flat here, wave B, and then pushing down. It can be a triangle pushing down as well. So many pattern can unfold here, of course, as a wave B. And don't forget that the wave B has, of course, multiple range of Fibonacci levels, even above the highest price there. And that, of course, make it very, very risky. However, the minimum requirement here, I would say, is a 4,826 for this wave B, where we might reach, of course, at least this price, and then start to see something pushing for lower later on. Therefore, of course, to be watched here, what the pattern is going to be. Are we going to get an impulse? If we get an impulse here, it's very likely to get a zigzag. If we got a 3 waves there, we are expecting something as a regular flat and then pushing for lower. Yep, so this is regarding, of course, the gold. We're going to watch, of course, this area as a testing area here, and we'll see what is going to happen after it. If we move for the silver as well, we are looking first on the daily here. So for the daily, we are looking, of course, for this target, which it might be, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here, finished wave 3, right? And therefore a bigger 1, 2, 3, and we're looking for a long wave 4 and a 5. Now, the problem is, of course, this is going to take a very, very long time, potentially. Also, it can take until July 2026 in confluence with the gold here, within an A, B, and a C, of course, to unfold. However, of course, if we are in this wave 4, then okay, that can be an ABC zigzag because we got already a very sharp impulse. Now the question mark, are we in double 1, 2 here and then wave 3, 4, and a 5? This will make a different scenario, meaning a faster impulse here might be unfolding in double 1, 2, 3, and then wave 4 and a 5. The wave 4 timing here is very, very close to the current price. Yeah, so meaning in case we have a finished correction here, ABC internally, and then we push toward the upside, or we're still looking for an ABC zigzag and then we push for higher prices again. Now on the 1 hour chart here, you can see clearly that this is almost a finished impulse where we have double 1, 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5, a 4, and a 5, perfectly finished in our target expected here. And we start to see some kind of a retracement here toward the upside. So I'm expecting, of course, again, the same as for the gold, at least a wave B here to unfold. It can be a flat, it can be a zigzag, it can be an expanding flat new high and pushing lower. So we gotta be careful. I can give you, of course, the minimum target that I'm expecting here as a retracement is $87.5, at least in a wave B. Of course, it can be something higher, but you cannot expect, of course, a wave B directly before you get at least the first pattern here to start to predict where your target might be as 1-to-1, for example, for zigzag, and then pushing for lower later on. Yep, so these are the targets right now, and I'm gonna watch what's gonna happen for the silver. We'll see, of course, guys, step by step. Finally, we're gonna see here the Palladium. The Palladium, of course, is still pushing for lower as expected after our wave B expanding flat here, where we have expected already 3 waves down, 3 waves up, perfectly unfolding 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. As you can see on the 1 hour chart, our perfect target has been hit in very high precision here. By the way, I didn't check it before the video, but here we are. So basically a perfect hit here for wave 5 and wave 3, and of course 1-to-1 fib level. Currently I'm looking for the wave 4 in this white scenario, and that means, of course, I'm looking right now for this fib level. Wow, we are already, of course, there, so be careful. We might start to push for lower, but let me check first the timing. Oh no, it's too early to call, because the time here required is very, very far, and we still need, of course, a very very far time there. So the timing can be ranging here, yeah, minimum starting from the 0.618 there. So it's still too early to go a wave 4 finish. So even the wave 4 can go a little bit higher. But what you don't want to see here as a signal, of course, is the price interfering with the invalidation of bearish. Because if we take this invalidation, that means the impulse will be invalid there. and it will transform it to a WX and a Y potentially here, and that means of course a W, an X, and a Y finished, and we push for higher already. Since you almost took the low, we didn't yet, but we're very close for it. So let's watch the wave 4 inside this area. Potentially 0.38 might be a target there, since we have an impulse here. So 1729 very likely. Can be a triangle due to the time, and then pushing for a wave 5 later on. If we take the invalidation there, that means of course something else is unfolding, and potentially we might flip toward the upside as bullish. 1852 here for Palladium. Yep, so these are the prices for today: gold, silver, and Palladium. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.